Good morning, welcome back to another out-of-spec motoring road trip with, sadly, just Francie, not Jordan this time.
Jordan's not coming with me back to Tennessee, which is a bummer.
But Rafiki is.
Of course. Rafiki, luckily, is my partner in crime. And I'm taking not the EV9, not the VinFast over here, which I will miss, but I'm taking the EV9 up to Fort Collins to then get the Model 3 that is Kyle's and Alyssa's, and yeah, I'm gonna take that back to Memphis.
You're taking Beak on an adventure. The 150,000 mile Model 3.
Wow.
That's how many miles it has. This thing's been around the world practically.
It really has. So I showed up in the VinFast VF8. I'll leave in a Tesla Model 3 with 150,000 miles and see what the difference is.
This will be really interesting. So she was going to take her VinFast back, but Kyle didn't get all the testing in that he wanted to do. So maybe I'll do the range testing of VinFast.
Yeah, definitely.
I was hoping you would, but of course you got to go home at some point. You've been here for like a month.
I have. It's been great though. But yeah, so it'll be cool. The side by side, because when we first got the VinFast, you drove a Model Y, I drove the VinFast.
Yeah.
So now I drive the VinFast out, I take a Tesla back.
I think everyone in this journalist space should experience some Tesla like hardcore just to get that benchmark, because a lot of people do benchmark it. So I'm excited to see what you think. I'm excited to watch the rest of this video and see, partially what you think of the EV9, because a lot of people have seen you tweet about it and stuff, but you're kind of trying some different things out, comparing it to the VinFast, which is wild that that's your current benchmark. Like, no one can say that. So it'll be really interesting to live with the VinFast in Colorado for a bit. It's like the only one in Colorado. Rafiki's taking himself for a walk. So,
yeah. I don't know, wish me luck.
Wish you luck.
I might not need as much luck, but knock on wood. I mean, the VinFast got me here just fine.
It really did. Everyone likes to hate on that thing, but
it works.
Now you can tell us exactly how you feel with the Model 3. I'll jump on a podcast with you for that for sure.
Yeah, good.
Okay.
All right, everyone, tag along.
Bye, Francie. Bye, Rafiki. Bye, EV9. Although I'm sure I'll see this big thing soon enough. There she goes.
All right, everyone, I've got Rafiki and all my stuff packed into the Model 3, the out-of-spec Model 3 with 145,000 miles on the odometer, and I'm ready to roll. I'm taking the Model 3 because I only drive cars with pet mode. That's Teslas, that's Rivians, and of course, it's the VinFast VF8. All right, wish me luck on this very different trip back to Tennessee with the Model 3. We're gonna go to the best dog park ever as our first long destination. And this is what it's setting up for me, which the VinFast definitely doesn't do. Let's see how this Tesla goes. I mean, it's obviously more sporty than the VinFast already. It's familiar. I've driven Teslas before plenty of times, and I'm already feeling very familiar with the software, with the hardware, with driving it the second I'm in here. So we're just cooling down, we're getting on the road. Keep you updated. The road noise in the Tesla is loud. I can really hear it. It's like it's just a loud rumble coming from the front of the car, under the bonnet, as they say, across the pond. And it's not that bad. I think it's pretty annoying though. And I think the VinFast is a bit more well insulated, which is no surprise because it's far heavier. I do notice just right away though, like I'm not fretting at all. I don't know what it is about being in this Tesla, but I told it where I want to go. It's telling me all of the stops to go to so far. I'm keeping an eye on my efficiency, but like, you know, I didn't have to plan my next stop. I told them my final destination and they fill in the blanks. And it has a gasometer for what percentage I'm going to end up at when I get to the next charger. Right now it says 25% state of charge when I get to a supercharger in Limon, Colorado. And I guess that's fine. I would like it to be lower. I'm already feeling confident in the Tesla. But with this first stop, I'm just gonna go where it tells me to go, and then I'm gonna check if there was just kind of the stats to be like, okay, how fast did I go? What percentage of the battery did I use? Does the Tesla, what was my efficiency getting out of town? Because it's been mostly highway, so I think it's gonna be pretty consistent like that. And so I'll be able to be more confident on how much I can stress it. I think generally though with Teslas, you can just be confident with what it tells you and do it because of their software and their data collection and analysis. Okay, everyone, so a couple things. I decided to change my route to go through Oklahoma and Arkansas because I really just enjoyed it last time. Now I am entering Limon, and I've decided I'm going to do everything that the Tesla tells me to do. The out of spec team that went to Race to Vegas also did this, where they just did everything that their car told them to do and compared all the route planning. So I'm just going to do that. And because that's so different than the VinFast as well, because I planned every stop. The VinFast didn't plan anything for me. So now we're going to exit in Limon, Colorado. We're going to be at, about 24% state of charge. And I'll give you some more of those stats. It's 98 degrees Fahrenheit. We have definitely been pumping the air conditioning, and it's about time we step out of the car for a minute. So I did not know this, but apparently this is a supercharger at an Arby's, which is just so funny. Okay, let's charge this thing for the first time. So it's saying I should charge for 30 minutes. I don't really know about that. I arrived at 24%. Okay, so how will this be different than, well, gosh, oh my God, that's already different than CCS charging because all you do is take it. It's so light. This cable is insane. It's like, okay, and then it's charging already. So that was like perhaps the easiest thing in the world. I don't know the peak charge rate of the Model 3. We're just right up to 200 plus kilowatts at 24%. So we went 146 miles. We used 40 kilowatt hours, and our average energy efficiency was 275 watt hours per mile. Okay, 98 degrees Fahrenheit out. And there's Rafiki, and I'm gonna leave him in pet mode because you can do that in the Tesla. Turn on pet mode. They've done this wrap on the hood. Oh, all over actually. Wow. Got Rafiki some water. You want any more? And this water bottle is so cool because it'll suck it back up into it so you don't have to waste dog water. Pretty simple. That charged really quickly. So we're at 78% state of charge, and let's see. It says we're going to get to our next one in Colby, Kansas at 10%, which is good because we got here at 24. Would love to get there lower. I am running the AC, but I think still a 10% buffer to zero is good in a Tesla. So we'll just see how it tracks. That is how many miles away? Oh, like 140 miles. Okay, let's give it a go. Trust in Tesla. Back on the road, I was set to 81 miles per hour for most of that, just cruising along. So if that gives you an idea, that was probably about my average speed. Maybe with everything combined it was under 80, but yeah, it said I would end up at 10%. It's already up to 11% at the next charger in Colby. While this car is bumpy, it's loud, there are rattles, also I have a bunch of stuff in here, it is still like a great driving car, so I'm enjoying it. Something that is annoying to me is how if I give, and I've said this before, especially when talking about what I like about the VinFast ADAS, assistance driving system, does is that if I give this any input in the Tesla, it'll turn it off. And personally, I think I should be able to adjust within the lane as much as I want, and then it resume its job once I'm done. So this isn't FSD, this is auto steer, which is nice. But yeah, the VinFast still beats this out very much. It said that I would arrive at the Supercharger in Colby, you probably remember, at 11%, 10%. Now it says 4. So I'm going to slow down. I'm just going to go 75 for a while and see if that helps. If that starts to bring it up, then maybe I'll just do that. 8%, up to 8%. So that's good. I'll keep it at 75, and as I get closer, then I can pick up the speed. Steer option in the Tesla and the cruise control, and twice now in a row the asphalt has changed color and it has slammed on the brakes twice in a row within like a minute because the asphalt was delineated, but it wasn't dramatic. I mean, I'm surprised it's confusing it so much, and definitely not something that I like. It's kind of weird. I hope it doesn't do it again. Wow, amazing. We are in Colby, Kansas at this Petro Travel Plaza Oasis. Okay, we've arrived in Colby. We're backed up to the charger. This car is very easy to drive also. We are at 7% state of charge. That's pretty good. If we didn't charge, we'd be at negative 53% when we got to Russell, Texas, but it wants me to charge for about 30 minutes. So I'm just gonna charge until 80 again, really, because I think that's plenty to get to the next spot. Rafiki's hot. There's like a giant dog park here, so I think we're just gonna go walk around. It's so funny to film this part because, I mean, it kind of just works. Unlike seeing what happens at, you know, CCS infrastructure. Yep, starting to charge. I just realized this might be my first EV road trip where I don't have to stop at a Walmart. Now time to take Rafiki to this dog park center. This is not a bad stop. Yeah, like park right here. You can enter right there. It says restrooms and got everything right there. Look, that car looks pretty good. I do like the wheels. There's some pretty cool wheels with the other silver metallic details. Goodness gracious, the Model 3 is so loud. Listen. Finding shade with Rafiki. The Tesla is supercharging back here. We went into this cute, travel center along the highway with all of this like grassy area and stuff. And I realized, I had the thought, this road trip, I might not have to enter a Walmart parking lot. This is also, I got a souvenir at the last stop. Maybe no Walmart on this trip. That's gonna be different. I think we're gonna stop in, I think we're gonna go to Wichita again because that's 4 hours away non-stop driving, and it's already 5 and still 101 degrees Fahrenheit. So I think getting there around 9 or 10 is as late as I will want to drive today. Everything is so hot to the touch. Ow! Jeez Louise. Let's get the heck out of here. Why is it so hot? Oh my God. Okay, y'all, so I changed it to Wichita because, like I said, that's as far as I want to go. We're at 81% state of charge. Looks like we'll arrive around 16%. Oh my God. Why is this so easy? I've traveled 23 miles, used 84 kilowatt hours, which works out to be about 3.5 miles per kilowatt hour with some simple math. The VinFast, the highest I really ever saw was maybe 3, but not on a road trip, more around 2.8, 2.7. So this is doing better, obviously. And I am going generally faster as well than I would in the VinFast, because I just know it's way heavier, it burns a lot quicker, that energy, it is not as efficient. Can you hear that? This car is kind of loud, but that's okay. The audio is great, and I gotta say, singing in this car along to the songs that I love, I sound really good. So that might be dangerous. You don't want me thinking that I'm a good singer. Baby boy has been napping really well this whole time. I am about 7 miles from my next Supercharger stop. Looks like I'm destined to be there at a 14% state of charge. So I have the AC turned off right now, but I'm trying to burn down the battery a little bit more, try to see if we can get lower than 14. It is significantly simpler that the Tesla is driving itself. I do prefer the VinFast VF8's driving assistance. I'm confident of that. I don't like how this one behaves. I like my VinFast one. Otherwise, pretty good. These seats are really comfortable. Like, they're soft to the touch, and the skin, you fit well, and generally it's good. I just don't like how the auto steer stuff acts. It looks like my goal of arriving under 14% is true, because we're at 13% right now, and we're turning over here to find whoop-de-doop, the next supercharger to charge up the Tesla. Oh my god, it might be, oh, it's right by the Sonic. How fun. How fun is that? I haven't eaten at a Sonic in a while. I don't think I'm very interested in doing that. Alrighty then, so it says that we'll get to our next stop at 9:59, but I don't think that's true. Well, maybe it is. I don't know. Maybe there's a time change or something. But anyways, we're here. It's estimating that we are going to need 45 minutes. We're at 13% state of charge. If we look at the trip, we have gone 422 miles. We've used 124 kilowatt hours at this point. Average energy efficiency, they have at 294 watt hour per mile. Okay, let's charge. Of course, you know, I haven't mentioned it, but obviously an ease of this, because handle's not too hot, is that you don't have to swipe to start your charge. You just plug in and you start charging. So I can't wait for plug and charge to work on all different networks, which is it's not exactly standardized yet, but it will soon. GM and Ford and everyone say that they're gonna have it, and the CPOs and the OEMs of the charging hardware say they're gonna have it, but we don't have it yet. I'm tired of waiting though. So far, the blind following of the Tesla route planner is working for me. I don't know where exactly I'm gonna end up, where the superchargers are. It just says, you know, you're going to a supercharger, but like I said, it is diversifying the experience. It's not just Walmarts and Electrify America stations. Very good and obedient doggy. Okay, I'm gonna go find some shade in this dry heat. I can't wait to get back to the humidity. Cannot wait. I definitely understand that EV road trips should be easy, especially with the route planner. And of course the charger should work. That's like a given. But the route planning really makes a difference, because I did plan out every one of my stops on the VinFast trip out here. Maybe if I had a different car with different route planning, but either way, I do think to that sense, it should be easy, but it's not right now. But that doesn't mean you don't need to get an EV. Like, it will become easy. But if you're gonna drive an EV with not the best route planning software and you are CCS, then you do need to do a bit of planning. I mean, that's just kind of how it is. But you get to be a little bit of a pioneer, driving forward electric for the first time, learning how it can improve, giving your feedback, having fun. Alrighty, we're back in the car. We're at 85%. It wanted me to charge for longer, but I mean, worst case scenario, we can stop in Salina when we turn and go down to Wichita. But it does say, interestingly, stay below 80 miles an hour to reach the destination, which is fine. I can, with that warning, that's great. I'll go 75. Because I really only go 80 or 81 or 82 to burn more of the energy to arrive at a lower state of charge. So yeah, that's fine. I didn't get anything from Sonic. Nothing really was appealing to me. Probably he would have liked a burger, but he's back there. He's hot, but he's got his ice pack back there with him. Hopefully it's helping. Let's get on the road again. Left until we make it to the hotel in Wichita. Funny enough, I stopped in Wichita last time because I had to. I had to get the software update for the VinFast, which was great, so worth it. Definitely, if you haven't watched the out-of-spec motoring video with the VinFast, what are you doing here? Go back. But yeah, so almost there. The ride has been so easy. I'm trying to like really understand what has been so easy about it. And because it's been hot, it's not like it's like the perfect weather or anything. I mean, I'm well rested as I was last time. I didn't have to stop anywhere for a long time. Like last time I started the trip and I stopped at Franklin's, which was really fun actually. Franklin's charging in Little Rock, and hopefully I'll get to go there again. But yeah, anyways, almost there. We'll arrive with about 10% state of charge, and then I'll just charge in the morning at the nearby Supercharger and continue on my way. So I'll arrive at about 10% state of charge. We'll check in. There's no charger at this dog-friendly hotel, believe it or not. And yeah, then I'll just let it sit low overnight and then go plug it in and supercharge it in the morning. I don't know how early we're gonna wake up, but I am kind of ready to go back to the humidity in Tennessee and family and friends. So really great day so far. Can't complain. We made it to the Courtyard Marriott. It has a big old lit parking lot, so hopefully that's good and safe. I just wanted to kind of sum up the day. Great. Really easy road trip. We're here at 9% state of charge. If we look at the trip, like I said, 578 miles, 170 kilowatt hours used, and an average energy of 294 watt hours per mile. I can't do quick math very well, so I'll figure out that efficiency, but generally good. Rafiki's hot. It's already hot. It's still 94. It's reading 94 degrees Fahrenheit at 9:43 p.m., but I have a feeling the car just might be hot, but it is still hot out. So anyways, luckily I'm not too tired. Maybe I'll do a little podcast, or maybe I'll do that in the morning as an update of kind of what kind of Frankenstein would I make so far of the VinFast, which is funnily enough my benchmark, and the Tesla Model 3 that I've been driving around. This old Tesla Model 3 with 145,000 miles, still kicking, still doing well. All right, see y'all tomorrow morning. We're gonna hit the hay. Okay, everyone, it is a beautiful day in Wichita, Kansas. We stayed at the Courtyard Marriott. Thank you. This does look cute. Old Town. I think I must have driven through here when I was here last time, but this is definitely not where I stayed. Beak is here. Beak is ready to go. Beak is at 5% state of charge. When I was going to bed last night, it gave me a warning that's like, you might not be able to get to your next spot because it uses idle energy, or energy when it's quote unquote idle. But it went from, I think maybe 9 or something to 6. So not bad. Or maybe 6 to 5. I can't really remember right now. Still a little bit early, but we're gonna go to the nearest supercharger, charge up, see if we can find some coffee. Rafiki's already in the car, and we're ready to go. So I'm gonna put in, let's just find nearby charging. Yeah, so we're gonna do that one. 6 stalls available. Let's go. All right, we made it to the Wichita, Kansas Supercharger, which is all of these pull-in site design, which I don't really mind, but it does say that it wants us to be here for an hour. Okay, cool. So this is why it's going to take an hour, is because this is a slow charger. Okay, but either way, we're charging. I guess we're going to have to wait a while here in Wichita, which is the case. It seems like Wichita drags you in. There's a nice grassy area over here, right by the superchargers. It says still at 92%. I'm gonna get to this Tulsa charger with -2. There are chargers here down in Perry, so I think I would be okay. I just have a, like, really, that's a long way, but like, what if I just chill? Because I do know that there's a charger here, so I'm definitely gonna stop charging. Find this setup of the station because it's pretty simple. That is so nice. It just posits on its own. Tesla really does do a lot of things right. So we've got Rafiki, fed him some turkey from the nearby grocery store. Got myself some cold brew that now already has a Rafiki hair in it. And yeah, time to get on our way. Let's go. Let's go to Tennessee. Oh, now it's saying that I'm gonna get there at -1%. 8% would really make a difference. I mean, I guess, but I really don't feel like top charging this. But I know that there's chargers down here. I just might have to go out of my way a little bit, which does suck. Let's just go slow and see. Let's get on the highway and see what happens. It told me to stay below 75 miles an hour to make it. So I can do that. I'll just try and then see. It says 5% at this point. I don't know what exactly that's factoring in. I don't have the AC on anymore. And yeah, so we're gonna do our best, right, Rafiki? Who is an EV infrastructure attorney in New York, out of New York. And yeah, there are those, of course. So he's great. His team is great. And he's been on the Out of Spec podcast before, which of course I know that you know, that I know that you know that I run the Out of Spec podcast. And he basically, our thesis question for that episode was, why are there so many broken EV chargers out there? And he walked us back from a lawyer, law, policy perspective to why this happened. And it was really interesting, everything from the new regulation to the opportunity to land grab to signing contracts that aren't totally thought out when it comes to EV infrastructure. And it's very interesting. I love that. I really love Jason and collaborating with him. I think law is interesting and he's very knowledgeable. So we just had another talk because he's coming on the podcast again. And it's kind of like the lesson in EV infrastructure can be, let's learn our lessons once and only once. We have had our start in the US with EV infrastructure and EV manufacturing. And we could do better, and it has gotten better. And those mistakes that were inevitably made, some that have been inevitable, could have been avoidable, were made as well. But for all of them, let's take the lesson that we learned once and not have to learn them again, and make strong infrastructure, make good decisions as site hosts, as contractors, as construction teams, as other stuff in general. But yeah, okay, anyways, I think I see an oil refinery, so I'm gonna film that. As you can see behind me, the dark green woods landscape of Oklahoma, which I love. This is what I love driving back to in the south, is just like deep green. It's just the best color, and it means that humidity is on its way to me, which I love. We have 22 miles left, and we're gonna arrive at 5% state of charge. We're at 15 right now though, so I might up it because, yeah, looks like we're going to be there soon. And we're in Oklahoma, and it's great. It's 94 degrees Fahrenheit, so technically it is cooler than yesterday, but it's still really hazy. Second charging stop of the day. Looks like I'm going to show up at about 5% state of charge, and that's pretty cool. It was saying I might end up there with 0, but I just stayed generally 70, 75 miles an hour, and that seemed to work. If I just had a little electric scooter, it would be perfect. I'd pull it out of the back, and I'd be able to, I mean, this mall goes all around. So this is a busy outdoor mall, but I don't really need to shop. So, but it would be fun to have a scooter to go scoot around and check out what is here. Tesla charger after charger after charger after charger after charger after charger. This is why I wanted to come to this one, because it is so giant. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. So easy, my God. All right, this is a 250 kilowatt charging station, all of them. So hopefully this can ramp up. I mean, it was navigating here, so I would hope it would precondition. 215, this is more like it. This is more like it, right, Rafiki? 256, okay. 254. So, of course, this is rated 250 kilowatts, but sometimes you can get a bit more out of it, which is great. All right, we're at 200 kilowatts. It wants us to stay for about 20 minutes. I'm gonna see if I can find a snack anywhere. This is not, I guess it's just not sure yet based on what we're gonna do, but it looks like we can get to Conway, Arkansas. That's outside of Little Rock, but I'd like to get here. So that'll be decided at the next stop. Great charging curve, I love it. Obviously very distinct from the VinFast. So I'm gonna turn on dog mode. I'm gonna let the dog walk around, and then I'm gonna go find something for myself. Enjoying yourself? You're getting hot to the touch pretty quick, puppy. You must have liked the AC in the car so far. You're gonna be panting soon. Soon you'll be panting, my big boy. I put a towel in his window to see if it's kind of a damp towel too. Maybe it'll help keep him cool, but he's been pretty good. this past first leg. This is my first time charging today on the road, which I think would have happened sooner in the VinFast. This spot is good if you want to have food, go eat food or shop, but there's no like accessible public restrooms really anywhere near here, because this is all like diners and stores, so I could go in and ask, but it's easier at like a Target or a Walmart or a convenience store just to walk in and use public restrooms. So I'll have to, you know, that's just something to note. But some sites are, I mean, there's tons of stuff to do here. That's the important part. But these are also fast chargers, so you're not going to spend more than 30 minutes here getting a charge. But there are 21 of these, so if you hit your limit and it stops charging, you're likely not taking it from anyone else. We're still at 66%, getting 59 kilowatts. It's pretty low. That is quite low. I think it's using a good bit for the climate and probably the cooling of the battery. It says I have about 6 minutes to continue trip, so that's good. I have stopped charging at 76%, because we're gonna have plenty to get to the next one. And yeah, so let's look how far we've come. 762 miles, used a total energy of 226 kilowatt hours and an average energy of 297. We are keeping a steady 3.4 about miles per kilowatt hour of efficiency, which is yeah, I guess it's pretty similar to the Model Y performance that we originally drove alongside the VinFast VF8. Of course, it's more efficient than the VinFast VF8. I'd say that's pretty decent for what we're needing right now. Time to get back on the road. Carry on through Tulsa to Fort Smith, into Arkansas, woohoo! St. Francis National Forest, over to Little Rock, and finally into Memphis. And we have 123 miles and an hour 45 until we get to Van Buren, Arkansas, which is just west of Fort Smith. Then we'll go to Little Rock and then Memphis. Only like 3 more charging stops. And we are going to Van Buren, Arkansas. What a name. And we're going to charge for what it says is 25 minutes. We ended up here at 11%. This is a nice charging station. I mean, there's no juice in there to clean your windshield, but you got windshield wipers and a trash can. And Casey's General Store, so I typically kind of like Casey's. And if you wanted to charge for a while, I'm sure like the kids would want to go over to this restaurant here and get an ice cream cone, hamburger and fries, and not have to go to a super known chain. Or you could walk up the hill and go to Waffle House, which is an all-American favorite. You got to try sometime. Yeah. Auto service center, maybe that would be helpful if there was anything wrong with a tire, but luckily I'm good. It's just too hot to kind of hang out outside of the car, so I'm just going to hang out inside of it, even though I usually advocate for getting out of your car, of course, when the thermostat reads 100 degrees Fahrenheit. It's okay, I think, to sit inside. So far we have traveled 886 miles, 265 kilowatt hours, and we're at 48% state of charge. We're charging right now. You don't need much more to get to Conway, Arkansas, but I actually, well, what I want to do is end trip and I want to try to go to Franklin's, which should be my last charging stop, which is insane. This trip feels like it has really flown by. It is further than the other site, so yeah, I'd like to go there. So we are 83% state of charge because I was on a phone call. I don't think we really needed that much, sorry about it. But we're gonna get to Franklin's Energy Charging Station, where I started. Basically, it was my first stop on the road trip out to Colorado with the VinFast, so I think it's only fair that I go there again. It is still really hot, and yeah, all right, let's get on the road. That's about 153 miles. And the Tesla says it has 224 miles in the battery at 83%. Obviously, we're going to be good, but it's also really hot, and we have the AC running, and yeah, so here we go. Still in Arkansas. I'm passing a sign right now that says Little Rock is 39 miles away. And I'm going to go to, yeah, kind of smack dab in the middle of Little Rock to go to Franklin's Franklin's Energy. It's a mom and pop charge stop. It is not the same as Francis Energy. It's Franklin. It's a privately owned location where you can charge your car. There's a little cafe. I've done a podcast about this on the Out of Spec podcast. Kyle has done a video with JT as well from when he drove through. But yeah, it'll be fun. I haven't reached out to JT. I did on the way out here, but I don't know. I'm just feeling lazy, really. But I do know that they have an adapter that I can use to, I guess, charge on the free wire, because one of the charge point stations that he has does have a NACS connector. I think it is only like 125 kilowatts shared of options. It's gonna be about 5 p.m. on a Monday, so hopefully it's not too busy. Worst case scenario, I can leave and go to, I think, a supercharger that's not too far, or I sit and I wait. I knew that a Tesla road trip was going to be simpler for a couple different reasons. The cars are good electric vehicles, and the route planning is effective, and the superchargers work. So put that all together, and it's a pretty easy experience. And I don't mind the VinFast one, but I'm feeling a bit more rested in this one than I did on the VinFast one out there. I had to do a lot of planning. It was also hot. I had to wait 5 hours in Wichita the second day, so I think we need to factor that into the consideration, that it's not just because I drove a Tesla. But yeah, I'm actually not using the auto steer anymore. I found it a little bit annoying. I guess it's a beta version anyways, but I just turned it off. So now I'm just driving using cruise control, and I like it. It's very easy. I love that when I think this is just for electric cars in general, but when I'm in traffic and I want to quickly get away from some semis, but safely, that you can really pick up when you need to with the immediate power that you get in these motors. It's really, really fun that way. As you can see out the window, it's so green here. Francie is happy because there is greenery around us. Rafiki, oh, you can see him over my right shoulder. Tesla route planner, when I added a stop or edited the trip, added in charging, so it made me take a wrong turn, but just briefly because I thought it was suspicious. Then I realized it was trying to take me to a supercharger south of town, but it just doesn't know that I can charge at Franklin Energy. Okay, unfortunately there's a Tesla here. There's 2 people using the ChargePoint chargers, so we'll just see what I'm able to use. If I can use their adapter to get on the free wire, that would be dope. Okay, everyone, I have arrived. We have arrived, and we're ready to get out at Franklin's charging. So if I put it in park, we can see. So we're here. I'm gonna see if I can charge at the free wire. So we're just gonna end that. Let's see. So we arrived at 6% state of charge. We've done over 1,000 miles. That's incredible. So we're at 146,744 miles total on the Model 3 on Peak. So, yep, use 311 kilowatt hours. Okay, that's all the info I'm really interested in right now besides this number. I would love for that to go down. So if you could just come on down, that would be great. All right, so these are both CCS. There is a CHAdeMO adapter for the Tesla, but so he's using, as you can see, he's using the Tesla adapter that is available, and that other station over there has a NACS native. But if I tried to plug in with these using CHAdeMO, I would be taking way too much power from there. But it looks like that guy's leaving. Okay, everyone, so this one has a NACS connector built in. And as you can see, these 2 stations are 125 kilowatts shared. So I'm gonna go into ChargePoint and activate this. Okay, let's see. The car says ready to charge. And this says waiting for EV. I don't really know what it's waiting for, but they're both getting loud. Both the car. This just still says ready to charge. I think I should restart. I don't really use ChargePoint often, and it's been almost a minute. So let's see. So there is a lockbox here. You text a phone number, they give you a code, and then let's see, it's not charging. Yeah, we're gonna move from this ChargePoint, and then you can get the adapter, and then you can charge on the other one. So let's go back to the free wire. And then it is plugged into the Tesla. Now let's start. Okay, I decided just to tap and use Apple Pay instead of using an app. This is preparing. Tesla says ready to charge. So let's just charge, yeah? Does this Tesla do? It does CCS. Okay, I just got charged. I got a notification from my bank. Why is it not charging? Preparing. Does this Tesla not charge on CCS? Okay, so Franklin's charging. I think maybe CCS communication doesn't work for this EV. Should I have checked? 100%. Did I? No. I'm hovering between getting there at 0 and 1% battery state of charge. So yeah, I was feeling pretty nervous. Still am, but I'm, very close, less than a mile away. So that's good. I just really went into slow mode, but that Bass Pro Shop over there is apparently where I am headed. Okay, well, I don't really know. I tried it on both the native NACS connector, as you saw, as well as with the CCS adapter, but it's likely that this car just doesn't have that capability because it's so old. Some of the really old ones, that is it. Oh my god. Okay, So I'm gonna go like really slowly, just on the off chance that I actually don't make it to this charger. There's gonna be sun flares in like a lot of my videos because my camera's broken. Okay, I'll turn the air off, I guess, on the last little bit because it would absolutely suck. But I know that there's a little bit of reserved energy, even when your battery says 0%, although you really should not push it all the time like this, like I have. But you know, YOLO, you only live once. But I didn't film a bit because I was so damn hot. It is so damn freaking, okay, so damn freaking hot. So darn hot. And hi, hello, yay. So this is only a 150 kilowatt station, but that's still something. And there's, okay, well, there's a Hooters, but I wonder where the Bass Pro Shop is, because that would be good for me. So I'm sweating. I got here and got 0 miles on the, look at all that. 0 miles on the, oh my gosh, I'm at 0% state of charge when I got here. Okay. The Bass Pro Shops is all the way over there, but we do have this big grassy area that we can probably find some shade in. And let's see. Starting to charge. Oh my God! I took the adapter with me because I knew the code, but then I forgot it, and then I was gonna text them, and I got so flustered because I was so hot, and I couldn't, I couldn't charge, and I was really worried about getting to the next charger, and I got here at 0%, so I was worried, but oh my God, now I have to return it. I just texted Franklin's charging, JT over there. Oh my God, I really hope someone is there not needing this, because I am the worst. I feel so bad. I'm gonna get out, walk the dog, turn off the AC so that this can just charge as quickly as possible, and yeah, okay. I feel like an idiot. You know, you make mistakes, you get flustered. I do know this about me. In the heat, I start worrying about my dog, and getting too hot, I just can't think as well. So that's on me for being dumb, but I've texted them, they know, so I'll be bringing it back soon. Not awesome, not ideal, but it is where we are right now. So damn, I'm a little bit of an accidental thief. Be like Rafiki, make your own fun, never be bored. Best Dog in the World award goes to this guy. We found a pond in front of Bass Pro, which was great because he is a black dog in the heat of the summer. I wish I could have jumped in with him. Okay, it says 10 minutes remaining to continue trip to Franklin's and then to Memphis, but I'm only getting 45 kilowatts, so I don't even know if it's worth waiting around or if it's because I'm sharing with this other EV. I'm also at 75%, so no doubt it's low. It says I'll get there at 69% and then I'll continue on, so I think that's fine. Back where we started. If there's any Tesla over there, I'm gonna be really sorry, but I am bringing you your adapter. So yeah, I am feeling like my head hurts, but I'm okay. It's gonna be fine. We're back here and then we're gonna go home. Next stop is home. All right, luckily the only car here is a Subaru Solterra, so now I'm gonna put it back in here, so that's kind of cool. Okay, Dunzo, let's get the hell out of Little Rock, Arkansas. Rafiki, get in the back, you wet dog. I'm sure Beak is no stranger to dogs acting a fool in this car. All right, so it looks like we have 2 hours and 7 minutes left, 142 miles. Then that will arrive at 13%. We have 75% with an estimated 203 miles of range. So I'm hungry. I might stop and get some food. and then carry on my way, even though I really just don't want to spend any more time on the road, but kind of hungry. The plan was to get home around 7:30, and it is now saying my ETA is around 9:15 p.m. Okay, I guess I just used up that much time with my little whoops, my pretty big whoops. That's what I get for not just listening to what the Tesla tells me to do, which is what I said I would do. But I thought, let's spice it up, and I did not know how hot I was going to spice it up. Not the best recipe there. You live and you learn. And now we've got about 2 hours, 130 miles to go. Easy. Estimated state of arrival, 13%. We're at 70% right now, state of charge. We've got the interior, very cool. I am drying off, I'm cooling off, and baby boy is asleep. He got some snacks and a dip in the pond and a walk, so we're good. I went to Sonic because my sister-in-law said that is apparently the best fast food place to stop at. She was like, don't stop at a McDonald's. Wow. These fries, I'm a fry aficionado. These are good. We have made it. We've made it. So yeah, we're at 13% state of charge. We're 1 mile to my house, and that is awesome. So okay, I did it. We did it, Rafiki. Well, hey everyone, you catch me back in Tennessee in my studio where I actually do the Out of Spec podcast. So if you don't know what that is, definitely check me out over there, Out of Spec podcast, and talk about all things EV, tons of things, everything that you could ever be interested in. But I made it back, and I kind of wanted to just go over the stats before we wrap things up. It was a fun trip. I really like the Tesla route planner. This car has definitely seen a lot of miles in its day, over 146,000 now, and it's really loud. I think when I did a podcast on it, folks were like, make sure you let people know that the current Model 3 is not as loud. I don't really... That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the Model 3 that I drove, and it is very loud. Rafiki did pretty well. I don't like that I had to remember to turn on the rear vents to give him air, because I didn't. I definitely did not do that. As you probably know as well, I did do the VinFast road trip out to Colorado, and then I did a Tesla one back. So very, very different experiences. Mostly, I had to plan out the VinFast trip a lot more. I used PlugShare to plan all my stops, and I was obviously charging CCS on the CCS network. So I was doing kind of the math of my estimated range based on EPA estimated range of the VinFast and my state of charge and all that, and navigating myself there. VinFast does have a navigation system, but it is nothing really that I want to use. Whereas the Tesla route planner, très magnifique. And even with the fact that this car has seen so many thousands of miles, and it is just kind of, a little bit worn, it's been fast charged a lot, it was still really quite accurate on the like next expected state of charge at arrival at the next stop and my range and everything. So I was very confident getting to each stop along the route along to the Tesla superchargers. Every supercharger worked, every station worked. I got to see a variety of different stations from gas stations to Sonics, as you saw, to stuff like that. So that was fun to also just have that experience as well. It was 1,212 miles overall. I used 356 kilowatt hours total of charging. So it was about 3.4 miles per kilowatt hour. Pretty good efficiency. Not as good as the new Model 3 for sure, but this one does have almost 150,000 miles. So pretty decent. One thing that is interesting was that on my VinFast road trip, I made 7 stops for charging. On this road trip back, I made 7 stops for charging. And I was arriving at pretty low state of charge. So I think that's interesting. You're definitely going to stop just as much as you do, apparently, if you drive these 2 cars, the VinFast Via Fate Eco Trim 2023 model year and this older Tesla Model 3 with 145,000 miles on it. It was definitely a good experience. I enjoyed it. I do like how the car drives. I do prefer things over it than the VinFast and vice versa. The VinFast, I miss the space. I miss being higher up. I like being seated higher up, and I miss the assistant system driving on the highway. That is just really quite nice. Tesla's not bad though. Of course, it's got all the Tesla software. The sound system's a lot better than the VinFast, and it has the auto steer, but I really didn't prefer that over just steering myself. So I just used cruise control and I steered it on myself. I didn't want to be pinged a lot. So I think that's it. I really didn't have any gripes with it, unless I'm forgetting it now that it's like a week later when I'm recording this or longer. And who knows? You were just listening to me most recently saying what I did not like about it. But overall, very good experience road tripping in the Tesla Model 3 Beak. Rafiki and I made it. He's right here on the floor napping next to me in the podcast studio. So yeah, thank you so much for coming along with me. If you have watched the VinFast road trip and this one, let me know what differences you saw, what you might want to try next. I think it's really good for everyone to see what Tesla's like and then what a CCS car is like and how different, but also how similar they are. I had a great time. It's good to be back in Tennessee. The humidity is here and it is really hot, but there was also a heat wave all along the way of the road trip, which really just kind of sends you, oh my gosh, that reminds me how I stole that adapter. Can you believe that I did that? I stole that adapter from Franklin's Charging. Well, the CCS definitely didn't work. That was certainly I was panicking at that point and I was just so hot and I needed to eat. So I think also, and y'all suggested this too on a road trip that I was on before, the VinFast one, Rafiki won't get his driver's license and he is just not very helpful besides companionship. It would be super nice to do a road trip soon with a colleague and be able to kind of share the weight of navigating on a road trip. But EV road trips are totally possible, not just in Teslas, in the VinFast as well, but this was a good one. So let me know what you thought. Thank you for tuning in for another out of spec motoring video. This one was fun. Hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, go check me out on the Out of Spec podcast. Bye, y'all.